it's your girl Meesh. Welcome to another episode of Love Meesh, where I share my thoughts, opinions, and ramblings, and sometimes I'll have guests over, but no subject is off limits. It's a billion people in the world, and I'm one of them. So welcome to my world. Let the conversation begin. Hey, love. How are you all doing this morning, this afternoon, this night, whatever time you happen to be tuning in? I hope you guys are having a great day. I usually don't say this, and I've been hearing it on a lot of podcasts, so I want to apologize for not saying this. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Out of all of the podcasts in the world, you decided to click the play button to hear this particular podcast and this subject. So I do thank you so very much. I honestly feel like, life is a school. It's a class. You're taking tests and quizzes. You're passing grades, you're elevating, and you will never receive a diploma. So the best that you can do is kind of learn and share. Okay, sharing is caring. That's like my favorite thing. My birth chart says that philosophy and learning are just like what I'm basically here for, and I eat it up. I thought it was educational purposes, but my mind, it just grabs onto everything. So I learn, I share, I learn, I share, I learn, I share. I'm not a teacher, I'm a sharer. And hopefully it helps you widen your horizon, your perspective, your point of view, so that you can understand people, not to change yourself in any way, shape, or form, but understanding is key to this whole human existence. You have to understand. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this, you guys. So there was a picture, and I had this on my Instagram. There was a picture of a shape in the middle of a room. Let's say a circle. And on that circle was 3 different shapes, like a square, a triangle, a rectangle. And when you shine the light on that object in the middle of the room and you looked at the wall, you would see different shapes. And depending on how you angled that flashlight, you can get so many different shapes. You can't live life as a circle. You're going to miss all the other shapes. I'm so sorry to tell you this. You're going to miss all the other shapes. And there's lessons and blessings. And if you just turn a deaf ear because you want to look through one shape, shame on you. Because you have been given this whole life and this whole existence, and you should grab it all by the horns and just learn. It doesn't have to change you. You can learn something and not allow it to change you. I know what a transgender is. Am I going to go have a sex change? Absolutely not. I love my body and I love everything about me. I personally don't feel the need to change. But I know what they are. I know how they feel. And I can understand why, if they have those feelings, they may want to get the surgery. That's it. It's that simple. So the topic for today is going to be religion. Like I said, life is a school. So my professor today, and you should get a lesson out of every single day. When you guys go home to write in your diary, to write in your journal, sometimes I just like to press record, and I have like a recording journal. And then sometimes I want to share it with the world, so I'll put it on this podcast. But my lesson from today was religion. And I put it in my one notebook. Shameless plug. If you guys have Microsoft OneNote, I think it's amazing to jot down different things that you want to research, study. There's so many notebooks. Remember when we were in school and we had all those little notebooks? You can put things in there to pin it, go on about your life, and it'll be there when you open it back up to remember and research XYZ. I have so many projects in there. It is ridiculous, but it has made life so much more easier, because I would usually just screenshot and have I think I have 60,000 photos in my one book that I have to filter through, and it is a hot mess. And now I have this one note and everything is all organized with keywords or subjects or topics, and I'm just like, oh, if I would have started this years ago. But I digress. Let's get back to the topic. So my professor today in life was religion. So thank you for visiting me, religion. I put you in my OneNote and I didn't click on your tab to research, and you decided, hey, it's time to research. So here we are. I grew up Christian. I was literally in my mother's womb when they, devoted themselves to the church and got married. So all I was raised under was Christianity. I went to revivals in the tent and the hot sun where we got fans and, we're there all day. We went to church. I kid you guys not, Saturday through Sunday, there was something every day. I was a part of the youth choir. I did praise dance. We did Bible school. We went to children's church. We went to vacation, Bible summer school. You name it. I was a part of it, you guys. There were different lessons in, like remembering the Old Testament and the New Testament. Even outside of church, you come home, there's gospel playing all the time. When we went to my grandmother's house, her favorite channel was TBN 59. So if someone says a scripture, I probably could finish it. When I go to church, I can finish it. If you name a lot of gospel songs, I know them. I know more gospel songs than I know old school R&B. You can ask my friends. I don't know how my sisters picked up on it. But I don't remember a lot of the oldies. And when they come on, I'm lost because I know I was listening to Christian tunes. So I think in life, whatever you learn is meant for you. Out of all the parents in the world, my parents happen to be Christian. That was needed for my journey in life. I'm not going to knock that. There's nothing wrong with me knowing the Christian faith. I'm okay with that. The problem that I ran into was I wasn't being taught everything. It almost was like, look straight ahead, don't look anywhere else. This is all you need to know. And I know that's not a true statement, because let me tell you why. If I were to tell you salt and pepper is all you need to cook, don't get no other seasonings, would that be a true statement? It could possibly be true. You can say, well, switch out, white salt, which is bleached. Y'all, we got to use Himalayan pink salt if we can. I know it's a bit more expensive, but come on. It's better for you. And some people even say sea salt. So that means that statement wasn't true already. Salt and pepper. No, there's deviations to that. You have sea salt. You have Himalayan salt. Okay, so let me widen that perspective up again. You have other seasonings like basil and seasoned all-purpose salt and garlic and turmeric and onion powder. And I'm not a cook, you guys, so I'm running out of options here. But obey. But there's a whole cabinet. You go to the grocery store right now and go on the season aisle and tell me how long that aisle is full of seasonings. And depending on what dishes you're cooking, from Mexican to Indian to Chinese to soul food to curry, there's different seasonings that you need for your food. Am I right? You can't just tell someone all you need is salt and pepper to eat your food. I look at religion the same way. I really do. So I don't knock what I learned. I learned a lot. I feel like when I was all Jesus, I love the Lord, come to church with me for my birthday, everybody was out in the world clubbing and having a good old time. Now as I look around, those same people are in church and I'm so happy for them. But I personally have evolved. I'm using other seasonings in my cabinet and my food tastes so much better. But, everybody has their own journey, their own timeline. Time is very important. I have little cousins that are like 16, 17. They're probably ready to drive. Will I give them my keys and say, go to the store? Hell no. There's a time for everything. You know what I mean? So perhaps it's just not time for you to get there yet. And I can't rush you, just like I can't give my baby nephew, he's eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches now, so he's a pretty big boy, but I can't give him a steak. The boy ain't got enough teeth to break it down. So again, timing. Just some things happen to your mind, your body, everything, if you give it time, and it allows you to digest other information or different things or different tasks or different whatever. And so I kind of get it. So if it's not time for you to understand, hey, there's other religions out there, let me just see exactly what they are before I judge, that's fine. And it's wrong of me to try to put that on you just because this is where I am on my journey. So I do apologize for that. But the same way that I can understand where you are in your level, I hope that you could give that same respect and honor and love to me and understand, okay, well, I might be in this bubble and this person may not. And, it's okay. We should both be able to look at each other and say, it is okay. So I thought that whole season analogy was pretty cool. But I look at Christianity as, I feel like religion or different things that you learn in life. It doesn't even have to just be religion. Like I told you, life was a school. I feel like everything that I learn is a brick. And I'm building a staircase. And that staircase could be going to heaven. That staircase could be going, to my spaceship to take me back to my planet home. Like whatever you want to believe a staircase can take you to, I'm building my staircase. It would be foolish of me to say, oh, I learned about Buddha. Let me go tear down the first 2 steps that have Christianity. No, I'm going to leave those steps there because that was a foundation. There was different things that I learned. And I'm going to continue to build my staircase. Now, some people are really good with burning bridges. This is a bridge that I don't want to learn. I might bump into a situation where I need to reflect on what I learned from Christianity or different lessons or, love, different principles, morals, whatever. And if I had just discarded them, I wouldn't be able to reach back in my backpack of knowledge and pull that out. So I don't want to discard anything that I learned. I'm only adding to myself. My journey is about adding. The more I learn, the more I research, it's just adding to me. Somebody told me to think of your brain as a cell phone. And the things that you learn are like apps. If you guys have ever picked up my phone, most people just have apps and scroll. Hell no. As junky as I am with my clothes, y'all, I am organized in other areas. If you come to my house, my living room is nice. I try to keep other things nice. I just hate putting all these fucking clothes out. I wash them so damn much. And I'm not one to fold, and it just takes so long to put them up. But that's another subject. My kitchen, I normally do leave the dishes in there. But little ants want to store fucking food, so I clean the dishes every night now. So if you come to my house, it's pretty, you would say, oh my gosh, it's pretty neat. I'm getting better at cleaning up. Okay, so same thing as far as religion wise. I am categorizing these different religions and I'm keeping them neat so that I can reflect to them. So there was a list of them that I just never clicked on to research, and I guess this was my time, this was my lesson. I was like, okay, it came up to me. Let's research, let's see what it's about. So I'm happy that I grew up in the religion that I was. I don't knock it. I just feel like there's more. I feel like pastors go to seminary school. They learn more. I don't understand why they don't give their congregation the chance to learn more. Why is it shunned? Or why do I feel like it's shunned? Like, to me, fear does not exist. You know what fear is to me? Not knowing, uneducated, unknowledgeable. If I believe in something so strong, it's nothing you can tell me to shake that. I wouldn't even mind you talking about it. Okay. I wouldn't even rush you. When you're done, you're done. But if my foundation is shaky and you start talking about other stuff, ooh, it's going to rock me. It's going to make me uncomfortable. I'm not going to hear it. I'm probably going to want to fight it. But when you're solid in something, nothing should bother you. Like, we live in Florida. When them hurricanes come, we are so spoiled. We were out here eating all the hurricane snacks, just wilding out. Sometimes people throw parties because what? You're not afraid. But if you were afraid, you would have got your ass on a plane. You would have been out of here. You would have been on the highway. You would have been out of here. You get what I'm saying? Fear makes you act. When you don't fear, you're secure. You kind of stand still. So that's what I have to say about that. I still have love for my church home, my pastors or whatever, but there's more. And when I say there's more, it's more than just religion. When I started changing my eating habits, y'all still having barbecues and charging $15 a plate. But then so-and-so got diabetes and so-and-so went to the hospital to pray for her and da-da-da-da. And this person got this and this person got da-da-da. Like, if you really love yourself, I'm not even going to put it on the pastor. When somebody says they love themselves, you kind of have, love is an action word, right? So love means, am I going to eat this stuff to clog my arteries? I can't love myself as much as I claim I do, because that's not a form of love. And my friend, he be getting on me. He be like, okay, so you eat da-da-da, but you still drink alcohol. You're right. That's fucking poison. You're right. So I am poisoning myself. And even if it's social, that's still wrong. I have learned that there's vegan wines and stuff out there, and I don't mind switching to that. And to be honest with you, I don't need to get drunk. I am fine. When I go to the store, you know what I buy? Water and tea. Not tea with sugar, water and tea bags. So I'm okay with that. But when I go out and stuff, I'm probably so shy and uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, all these people just standing around and looking. The moment I drink, I'm so free. I don't see nobody looking at me. The music's just really loud. I'm just feeling the music and I just start to dance. So I love the space that it puts me in. It has nothing to do with, I need a drink. It's just, okay, kind of like calms your nerves. I guess kind of like how a smoker is like anxious, so they go smoke and that calms their nerves. So I know what it is. I don't need it. I don't have to have it. And for my weed smokers out there, if you don't have to have it, you're not addicted. Anything that you could stop and it doesn't have a hold on you or control on you or make you make bad decisions, it doesn't control you. It's just something that you prefer to indulge in. So let me reel it back in. I kind of looked up the definitions of religion. And there's a lot to this. I don't know if I'm going to do a part 2 or just stop. But hopefully I can plant the seed in somebody out there, because the seed has been planted in me, that there's more than one religion in life. And before you judge any of them, you should at least know the name of it, what they stand for, to be able to say, that doesn't really match mine. You know, so that's why I don't agree with it. Or to be able to respect where that person is coming from. Because you can't respect something that you don't know. There's just no way. So I'm going to start with, I love Urban Dictionary and Dictionary. I'm going to do the dictionary one first. So religion. A set of beliefs concerning the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe, especially when considered as the creation of a superhuman agency or agencies, usually involving devotional and ritual observances, and often containing a moral code governing the conduct of human affairs. So that's dictionary. Exit out of that. Urban Dictionary is my favorite, y'all. I love Urban Dictionary. Okay, so I highlighted some in green. Says religion, belief of a higher power. This can range from a god to millions. Monotheism means believing in only one God, while polytheistic is the belief of more than one God. The three largest being Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism. Examples of religions that believe in more than one God are Hinduism, Buddhism, and Shinto. Many religions do things to please their gods, goddesses by having sacrifices, festivals, gifts, fasting, etc. Religion is not evil. The people who taint religion are known as extremists. These people believe that they are doing what is right, but will kill many in the process. So, and this is what it says to me. So please don't be ignorant and be respectful. They have a little sentence that says, guy number 1, what's your religion? Guy number 2, Muslim. You? Guy number 1, Christian. Guy number 2, wow. And we get along pretty well. Guy number 1, you're right. The second one that I highlighted in green says religion, a set of core beliefs that someone believes, commitment and devotion to religious faith or observance. There are many religions in the world and many have a common background. The most prevalent religions of the world are Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Definitions should be unbiased. Bashing any religion is the example. In the example doesn't really help anyone. They have another, guy number 1, guy number 2 scenario. So guy number 1 says, those coexist stickers are really awesome. Guy number 2, yeah, I have one on my car. Just because I go to church doesn't mean I hate people for who they are or what they believe if they are different. That is just wrong, man. And I really, really, really love that. Let me see if I highlighted any more in green. Religion can be both a blessing and a curse. Religion is not inherently evil. It's the people that make it what it is. It is the only the biggest lie in human history if one allows a large bureaucratic organization to take control of it and make people believe under pain of death or some other unfortunate punishment. In an ideal world, religion should be a personal experience, but that is not part of the human condition as a whole. Religion brings hope in times of great duress, and it can bring inspiration. Don't forget that it was the people of the Islamic faith who developed and pursued theology. Religion is ingrained in all of humanity. Even atheists who do not believe in high power still engage in religion-like activities such as rituals, taking a shower or bathing, and are holding preconceived notions about humanity inherently good or evil. All things revolve around religion, no matter how much we distance ourselves from it. People do terrible things in the name of religion, but they also do terrible things in the name of ideologies or creeds, such as skin color, capitalism versus communism. Let's all just take a breath and accept that this is who we are and try to enjoy the short time on this pale blue dot and this inescapable lens of human experience and the human condition. So that was I have one more. Religion, a set of beliefs to explain life's questions. Religion does not mean Christianity, as there are many different religions and different ways of following each. Contrary to what some think, religion does not cause wars or fighting, as most religions say that fighting is bad. It is instead the inability of people to cope with contradicting beliefs. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, terrorism, Buddhism, Jainism, Shintoism, all are religions. Each has different ways of answering questions such as, what happens to our spirit when we die? Why are we here? Etc. So that was it for my definitions. I actually wanted to go over some quotes. You know I'm a quote queen. So the first one is the golden rule, and it lists what the golden rule is under different religions. So for Buddhism, it says, hurt not others with that which pains yourself. In Christianity, they say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In Hinduism, they say, treat others as you would yourself be treated. In Islam, they say, do unto all men as you would wish to have done unto you. In Judaism, they say, what you yourself hate, let me say that again. What you yourself hate, do to no man. Native American, live in harmony, for we all are related. Sacred earth, do as you will, as long as you harm no one. I love that. Y'all, I can't wait to get my printer. I'm just going to be printing so much stuff out. Honestly, I think I have so many quotes and books. I think I'm going to just put them in book form and print them out and put them on my bookshelf. Because, if you go to Walgreens or CVS or Walmart, there's just different places where you can send your digital copies of whatever, pictures, books, quotes, and they will, pictures, quotes, video, maybe not video, I don't think they can do that yet, but pictures, quotes, like any picture format, they can put it in book form for you. I remember we made a book for my dad for Father's Day one year, and so I told y'all I got like 60,000, it say pictures, but I know it's pictures and quotes, and I knew I was storing them for a reason, y'all. I got so many books brewing. Y'all just wait. Just wait on it. Okay, so the next one says, so again, back to my quotes. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. Albert Einstein. I definitely get where he was coming from. I'm so religious, but if you were to try to put me in one category, you would call me a non-believer because I don't fit your religion. I'm so unboxable. I don't want to be put in no category. at all. Just call me a spirit. Just call me a soul. The only thing that I want to be connected to is love. I think love is in each religion. So if I just stick with love, I can't be wrong. That's just kind of how I feel. That's just me. So if I were to make up my own religion, it would just be love. And I know people might try to twist that. No, not love. Kidnap the girl and make her your sex slave. Sex slave. Not that type. I'm talking about genuine, feeding the homeless. We should be building tiny houses for them. We should be passing out sandwiches and stuff for them. Instead of these restaurants throwing away food and making them dig in the damn garbage. How embarrassing. They should just package the food up and give it to them. Do y'all know schools have started sending the food home with kids, needy kids, instead of throwing it away? Whose bright idea was that? Whose bright idea was that? Now, my auntie had a daycare before, and we used to eat that food. We didn't throw that away. So I knew some of them cafeterias, we used to look out, cafeteria people would look out for the kids and stuff. But now they don't have to sneak and do it. It's okay. The restaurants need to be doing that. Our jobs need to be doing that. We seriously just throw this food away at the end of the day so it don't go bad? No. Try to sell it for a lower price. And then if it don't sell, give it away for free. Ding, 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 ding. That's the human thing to do. So you mean tell me that cow died for nothing and half of it went in the garbage? His life wasn't worth to be eaten. You couldn't even eat the whole cow. You threw most of it away. It just makes no sense to me. But that's y'all know I can go on a whole nother podcast with that one. So yeah, that was Albert Einstein. Love it. The next one is all religions, cultures, and beliefs deserve the same amount of respect, even if they are different from your own. The next one, humanity should be our race. Love should be our religion. And let me just tell y'all, I went to Pinterest and typed in religion. I'm not specifically typing in what I want to say. This is just how universal spirit speaks to me. I could be thinking, or spirit might be trying to tell me one thing, like slow down, take your time. And, like my mentor say, start rushing, take your time. I'm like, okay, I hear you. And then my social media will be like, start rushing, take your time. Like, the message just come to me so many different ways. Somebody on YouTube, somebody on a TV show. Sometimes I'm like, all right, universe, I hear you. So since this was my message today, I type in religion and look at all these beautiful quotes. So humanity should be our race. Love should be our religion. Didn't I just say that? All right. No religion has a monopoly on humanity. All of us are equally worthy of respect and dignity. Peace begins with tolerance and respect for everyone. If you expect me to keep my atheism quiet, then I expect you to keep your religion quiet. You have the freedom of religion and I have the freedom from religion. Now, I'm not an atheist. I definitely believe that a higher being created me. I believe that in our existence, there has been so much lies and things have been construed so much. You honestly have to look within yourself and believe on your own, not from what your parents taught you, not from what the pastor taught you, just from your own self. If it's coming from yourself, I am not knocking you. But if it's something that you just have known for a very long time, so you don't want to break out of that shell, or it was something that was taught for you for generation and generation and generation and generation, it's okay to question that, to go out and make sure nothing else fits you and say, okay, I went out there, I looked at other stuff, and this is for me. I respect that more than not knowing anything about it and just, oh no, because what if you're wrong? So prime example, I used to look at this TV show called Wayward Pines. And Wayward Pines was this makeshift city within a dome. Like, I guess it was like so far in the future, you were living in a dome. There was houses. Everybody had a job. They were keeping the other humans outside the gate because they would like eat each other. They were more animalistic outside of the walls. And when the people got there, they knew they had other lives. Like, for example, this one lady, she was on honeymoon, I think, with her husband. And next thing she know, she just in this strange town, in this house. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, you're not finna tell me I wasn't just on the beach with my man. And so I guess they had, you know, how they usually put the stuff on your nose and make you go to sleep. They don't put baby girl in a time machine and she done woke up in the future centuries. Like, the whole world is gone. She couldn't go back if she wanted to. Just disappeared. So do you know, and had she just believed what they were telling her, that's, you know what I mean? She knew within herself something wasn't right. She kept digging and digging, and, you know, they would say, you know, they're listening. We can't talk about this, because they'll exile you and stuff like that. But she just kept going because, no, you're not going to sit up here and tell me that I've been here all alone, and I know I was just on the beach with my man. So I just kind of think, if you are in a stage in your life where you are open, I think in life you should always be open to learn. Nothing should have to change you. You should be able to learn something without it changing you. And if you want it to change you, that's okay. That's okay. You can eat your salt and pepper on your food and never touch the other seasonings in the cabinet. But you know what they are. You can name them. You can name the colors. I respect that as well. So let me get back to this quote. So just because they're an atheist, I wouldn't agree with that part. But I would say when I have conversations, I don't think it's fair for you to mention your religion, your faith, what you want to do, and you don't want to hear mine. I think if I don't need to talk about my faith, you don't need to talk about yours either. And we just have a faithless conversation. I don't think it's fair for you to be able to talk about yours and I can't talk about mine. I'm a Libra. I'm a freaking Libra. I think it would do everybody some good to look at the zodiac signs. I don't have to be a Libra 110%, but those characteristics are true. Every single zodiac that I have come in contact with, your characteristics are true. And if you research astrology, it will say it's not predicting your life, so to speak. It's more so speaking on characteristics. And we have so many other tests out there in corporate world that speak on characteristics too. So if you can believe those, then you can believe zodiac as well. It's the same thing, different name, different way of saying it, whatever. It's like whatever we learn in life, we flip it and regurgitate it. It be the same stuff, flipped, regurgitated so many times. You know how we wear bell bottoms? Oh, those used to come out back then. So if somebody says zodiac, yeah, you know, they have personality tests. They're the same things. You know, they have life path numbers. It's the same thing. Like, they all are mimicking each other. Just whichever one you're willing to hear, I guess you're going to get it. So that was that one. The next one, this is my favorite, y'all. Omnism is a recognition and respect of all religions. Those who hold this belief are called omnist. I honestly, love this. I respect all religions. I think I can learn something from each one. And you know what? Religion, to me, is like going into Walmart. I got my buggy. I'm going in the fruit section. I'm getting the fruits I want. I'm going in the vegetable section. I'm getting the vegetables I want. I'm going down the bread aisle. I'm picking out the bread that I want with seeds and a vegan logo. And I know they be taking the vegan stuff too far. But the more I learn, I just try to do better. You know, I go down the chip aisle. I get the barbecue is okay in the vegan world. Or they have the sea salt. You know what I mean? So I'm going down, eat, and I'm getting what's for me. I'm not saying, oh, no, I'm not going in the grocery store. Please, get your basket, get your buggy, go in there, look down each aisle, and take what's for you. It's simple. It's nothing to be scared of. It's okay. What can you learn from Hinduism? What can you learn from Buddhism? What can you learn from Confucianism? What can you learn from the Baha'i faith? What can you learn from Islam? What can you learn from Taylism? What can you learn from Judaism? What can you learn from Christianism? What can you learn from Christianity? What can you learn from Unitarianism? What can you learn from Native Spirit? What can you learn from Jainism? What can you learn from Zoroastrianism? I don't even know what all these are, y'all. I'm researching them too. But the point is, I'm not just going to say, oh, I don't, it's something to learn from everything. Like, you can't have a closed-minded life. How sad is that? Open your mind and learn. And maybe it's just me, because This is what my whole journey is about. I don't know. Life, when stuff hits me, it's not about people. It's not about the other person. People are a reflection of me. They're just a mirror. So I just have to remind myself, in this situation, I don't want to be closed-minded. So how can I be open-minded? Okay, let me go learn more about religions, because I just want to make sure that I'm not closed-minded. It's never about other people. I'm so selfish. This whole life journey, this whole experience is about me. Everything is about me. Please believe it. The next one says, when to keep your mouth shut. Don't open your mouth in the heat of anger, when you don't have all of the facts, when you haven't verified the story, if your words will offend or weaken a brother, if your words will be poor reflection of the Lord and your friends and family, when you are tempted to joke. It says about sin, but we all know how I feel about that. When you would be ashamed of your words later, when you are tempted to make light, if your words would convey a wrong impression, if the issue is none of your business, when you are tempted to tell an outright lie, if your words will damage someone's reputation, if your words will destroy a friendship, when you're feeling critical, if you can't speak without yelling, when it is time to listen, if you may have to eat your words later, if you have already more than one time, then it becomes nagging, when you are tempted to flatter, and when you are supposed to be working instead. So this is Bible, Proverbs 21:23. Whoever keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from trouble. So this is still something that I'm learning, because when your girl feel offended, it definitely vomits out. And this is the thing about me. I have my facts, and that's what I spit out. And my zodiac, let me tell you how. I got this book called Astrology for Dummies. And it read me to the T. It told me that my communication is so harsh, it's like a sword. And I think people should be mindful of that. You know how people be like, don't come for me. It's not a don't come for me, because it's not like a battle, and I don't ever mean to hurt anyone. But the truth will hurt you on its own. It has nothing to do with me. It's just the facts. If I were to say the body mass index, it has, you're below weight, middle weight, and high weight. It's okay for you to believe that when it comes to a child. But are you measuring yourself by those same metrics? And somebody could be offended. It's not me. It's the facts. You're not mad at me. So I have to be careful, because I don't just be like, oh, you're egging it up. I never talk like that, but I spit pure facts. And have people say the truth hurt? It does every single time. And one thing about me, I already know the truth. It's nothing that you can't tell me about myself that I don't already know. I already know that I have to get better with my time management. I already know that I have, a bad attitude, and I might be selfish. And you know what I mean? I'm not just going to take any old thing. And if it's not going to be this way, then I don't want it. I already know that about me. I already know that. And I'm not going to settle with a lot of things. And if that means I have to wait 100 years, then okay, what year are we on? And if that means that I won't get it in this lifetime, fine. I don't believe in one lifetime anyway. Maybe I guess I'll see you next lifetime. You know what I mean? So, okay, that's fine. Maybe I was married my last lifetime and had a whole bunch of fucking kids and was like, not next time. And so this time I'm single. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I need to get this business stuff out the way, and then I can run into my business boss babe. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So, it's nothing you can throw at me that I already don't know. But for some reason, as soon as I open my mouth, it's a problem. It's a problem. I'm being mean or whatever. I'm literally just spitting the same facts that you already know. You probably just don't want to hear them from me. So again, omnism, the belief that no religion is truth, but that truth is found within them all. I like to question everything because it was like a quote that was like, a lie told many times is the truth. I said, what? You mean to say that you could say something so many times, and because of the history, it's truth, not necessarily the facts? I said, whoa, that spoke volumes to me. That spoke volumes to me. Meaning somewhere along the line, we stop fact checking and we just start history checking, which makes no sense. History and fact, them two should go together. Not one or the other. It should be both or none. Really. So I just, again, religion is like, religions are in the grocery store. I got my basket. I'm going down each aisle and I'm picking what resonates with me. There's millions of things that you can learn from each religion, and a lot of them are the same. They're just said different ways. If that's not the biggest clue for us to understand, I don't know what else is. Why are all these religions saying the same thing? Has anybody sat down and pondered that? On one of my podcasts, I've already done it. I did the birth of Jesus, December 25th, each one. It went over different religions, and they all had a mother. They all had a virgin son. They all had him dying, you know what I mean? Doing miraculous things in different cultures. It almost makes me seem like, do we really know how old Earth is? And with each civilization, you know, this is how they interpreted the same faith. Like I look at a show called The 100. You got the sky people, you got the grounders, you got the mountain people, you got the undergrounders, da-da-da-da-da. They're all in their different sectors, right? Now, they don't really talk about religion too much in there. Just kind of like more like who has a bloodline and who's going to be the leader. But it's not really like religion how I'm talking. So just imagine in that TV show if sky people had a religion and it was told one way, and undergrounders had the same religion but it was told a slightly different way, and then the mountain people, you could see that clearly. Can't you see that scenario clearly? Okay, well that's kind of how I see these. I mean, I'm just saying. I really am. And there's so many of them. And I got homework to do. Y'all have homework to do. This is our homework assignment together. We in this thing together. So here are a couple of names. Christian, Islam, Sikh, Ttyl, Confucio, Shinto, Secularism, New Age, Animism, Satanism, Wicca, Communist, Freemason, Hare Krishna, Jain, Hindu, Buddhist, Jew. It's so many. If you bump into that person, you should know something about the religion. And maybe that's just me in my life journey. I don't know not knowing. I'll go look that thing up so fast. I just like to be in the know. So there's another thing I want to touch on. Spirituality and religion, because, you know, obviously they're different. So it says spirituality is about connecting to your higher self, your divine self, and based on a quest to meaning. Religion is based on precepts established by founders, and one has to follow them to be deemed acceptable. Okay, so back to spirituality. The person is to develop inner guidance, question beliefs, and evolve through trust. Then we go to religion. Its purpose is to instill fear, encourage people to follow a set of rules. Back to spirituality. It's based on experience. You uncover meanings as you experience life and connect them to yourself. Religion, you establish a belief system. You follow a rule that's been paid by others who have authority. Spirituality, inclusive, based on the idea that we are part of a whole and that we all share the human experience. Religion, it's exclusive. It excludes anyone who doesn't accept the belief system. Spirituality, one-on-one relationship. No one can define your spirituality. You and only you can decide what spirituality means. Religion, a relationship between a group of people who and what and who God is. Spirituality, open-mindedness. You don't know everything and know that as you go, you will find new information and guidance. Oh my God. Religion, closed-mindedness. You know everything and all that has to be known, you only find it within your religion. Spirituality, meaning, purpose, self-introspection, all the main motivators for being spiritual. Religion, fear, unwillingness to question, convenience can be motivators to follow the religion. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on about this. This is your life. This is your journey. Nobody can take choice away from you. I think that's what makes us different from animals, from AI that we're creating. We just have this beautiful thing called choice. Even though God himself wants us to do certain things, we still have that power of choice in our hands to be able to do what we want to do. And so don't let anyone take that away from you. I honestly believe at the end of life, whatever you're supposed to do, supposed to be, supposed to see, it can't miss you anyway. If anything, you can take longer routes, but I think you'll still end up at your same destinations. So if someone seems to be doing what you feel that they shouldn't do, and your heart's of hearts, you know that's not what they're supposed to be doing, guess what? They're going to, just like Siri, rerouting, they're going to get there. So don't worry your pretty little head. Go to sleep with peace every night and just know that they're going to get there. I'll tell you one thing about my boss. She want her son to preach. She said, oh, he gonna preach, he gonna preach, he gonna preach. He has a nonprofit and he's teaching kids about making better choices, doing stock, saving their money, being better with finance. She cried and she said he's preaching. Now, in her eyes, she thought he was supposed to be on somebody's pulpit. He's preaching to them little babies. He went to them. He's not in some pulpit preaching on behalf of God. He's preaching about different things that they should learn. So, once again, nothing in life is going to miss you. She knew her heart to heart what he's supposed to be doing. She had already saw that vision. She saw it differently, though. She saw what he was doing, but she didn't hear them words. Because them words was not, come to the altar, the Lord loves you. Them words was, get better with your finances. Get you some stocks and bonds. Invest in real estate. Like, we have to do better financially. You know what I mean? And he's doing it in a non-profit. They both are non-profit. Church is non-profit. His organization non-profit. So, I said all of that to say, there's so many religions in the world. My homework assignment is about to begin. Just research these different religions. I already had it in my OneNote. The teacher religion came to my life today, so it's time to begin this chapter and study. And I just wanted to plant that seed to someone out there. Please don't be closed-minded. The more open-minded you are, the better the more lessons and things that you can learn, as long as you keep yourself open-minded. I usually say too, you could be so close-minded that God could tell the devil to tell you something and you're not going to listen. Like, at some point you have to know, okay, I know who the devil is, and if his message is supposed to be XYZ evil, but he's telling me something good, okay, I can take something good out because I know this is not of his character. Like, you have to be so open-minded that you know what or who someone is, and you can still pull messages out of them if needed. Like, you have to be that so secure in yourself and your faith and religion and who you are, what you stand for, all of the above. So I'm on my journey of love is my religion. I can learn from any and everything, from Satanism to Buddhism to Christianity to Africanism to voodoo. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I am on a learning journey, and I think love is all I need. I think that will carry me to the very bitter end, and that's my choice to do, and that's okay for you to think otherwise. And if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. I'm not forcing you to believe it. And if you don't want me to hear about your faith, if you don't want to hear about my faith, then don't force me to hear about yours. It's all about being balanced and even and fair. So that was it for this particular episode. I love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. And we're going to get better with time. We have no choice but to. You live, you learn, and you grow. Take care. Bye. And this concludes today's conversation. Thanks a million for listening. You can reach me on other social media platforms at www.linktr.ee/LUV.MEESH www.linktree.love.meesh. I hope you have a better than great day. Love you. Talk to you later. Mwah. Bye.